Hey, everybody. Let me get my kitchen out the way. Hey, everybody. This is Miss G, 50 Shades of Glow. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I don't know why I'm freezing. Welcome to Facebook, my Facebook people. Welcome to YouTube. If you're new here, my name is Miss G Glow, 50 Shades of Glow. But we are talking about travel. So I am the owner and operator of uh, glampluxetravels and Experiences, and we focus on the continent of Africa. And my little story is when I was working in corporate America for a big travel company. Well, one of their sectors was travel. And I approached them because I saw that Africa wasn't being represented well. They only had two African countries, and those African countries were kind of like no shade, like uh, adjacent. It was Mauritius and Seychelles. Hey, Kaden, welcome. It was Mauritius and Seychelles. And I said, hey, I travel. I would love to, be one of your travel. Hey, Q, welcome. Um, be one of your destination uh, professionals. So when clients call in um, about different places, you have a travel professional. And they said, oh, that's nice, but our our metrics and research shows that no one travels to Africa. I said, okay, all right. That's what we doing. Okay, no worries. So I decided I traveled to Kenya a lot. I've gone to Egypt. That I would totally dedicate my travel to my travel consultancy to the continent of Africa. Now I can book you anywhere else because I've had 20 years in travel and event space uh, uh, event space experience. So I gotcha. Thank you. Hey, Max. My tribe is here. My tribe is here on time too. My tribe is here. I love it. So tonight we are going to talk about Ghana. And it was so funny that, and I'm going to keep track of the time because since we're going to talk about a popular place, I don't want to run over time. Okay. So we're going to talk about Ghana tonight. And I received a comment on my Facebook page, and the lady said, "Oh, you're talking about Ghana. I'm sick of talking about Ghana." And I definitely understand, but Ghana is definitely larger than Accra. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. Has anybody in the chat? We're going to put in Ghana. Does anyone know any other cities in Ghana other than Accra? Anyone know? Want to put in the chat? If not, just put in Ghana. Check out Ghana. So, so it's 5 after. Okay, cool. Anybody in the chat has gone to Ghana? So Ghana became popular. Hi, Lainey. Welcome. Welcome to the tribe. I don't know what to call y'all. All these YouTubers, I'm not a YouTuber, but all these YouTubers, they have like their crew, their tribe, whatever. So, but welcome. We appreciate you so much. And before I go, I'm going to. Oh, that's right. You messaged me. Yes. So we do have someone in the chat, Miss Laney. She is going to Ghana in 2 weeks. Have you been to Ghana already? Hey, Miss Nazinga. Oh, you haven't been yet. Have you been to the continent? Have you been to the continent? Have you been to the continent at all? So you haven't been to the continent. It's no problem. You will love it. The experience, no matter where you go, is just breathtaking. Just you come back and you are mind blown. You're mind blown. So just prepare. So, um, just giving you today a little history about it that a lot of people already know. And Ghana is a very, yes, Ghana is a very popular place. And it comes behind, really, it comes behind um, South Africa because, Nelson Mandela, the apartheid, ANC. And then when it was the year of return in 2019, it really exploded with open arms welcoming for um, the folks of the diaspora. And when it was a year return, and then we had the very next year COVID, then it was crazy in COVID, and then people really, and then 45 came in. So people were like, oh no, we got to do something. We really got to do something. So Ghana is one of the most popular places now. Velma, I sent you a message. Ghana is probably the most popular place. So they have South Africa, Johannesburg, and all that, but that's kind of simmered down. And now Ghana is the place. Ghana, a lot of people converge in Ghana December, and that's probably when it is because someone's going to ask me about the flight. And flights are really outrageous during that time. It's December. The last week in December is high prime. Thank you, Cheryl, for jumping on. Welcome, 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 Miss Cheryl. Um, yeah, December is high season, but the last week in December is when it looked like everyone from Atlanta. You're like, am I in Atlanta? It's like every black person converges on Ghana. And basically, Ghana had a big festival and they called it Afrocello. And of course, the folks got mad and tried to sue them, but they could come, as I'll talk about in the history. They can go to Africa and Ghana and take over and take their stuff, but they name it Afrochella, and Coachella went and sued them. So they can't use that derivative of a name. So, okay, 2019, yeah. So, um, it's packed in Ghana, big party like for it starts on the 26th and it doesn't end until like the first. So like during Kwanzaa time, it's a big party, and I was looking for flights for a friend, for a client of mine, friend client, and even though this is October, this was late to get tickets, and I think the least amount was $2,100, and that is really steep. Miss Laney, if you don't mind, how much did you pay for your ticket? Because what I'm seeing, like, low average is about 1,200, 1,300 and up to go to Ghana. Ghana is a bit more pricier than other places, and I think it's because of the popularity. How much did you pay for your ticket, Miss Laney, round trip? And where were you? 66? Yeah, Ghana is not cheap, and I believe it's because they know Americans are coming to Ghana in droves, and this is like real kind of off season, and she still paid $1,600, round trip, when other African places like in Kenya, I keep getting notifications and it's between like 877. I've never paid over 930 for my flight, and that was with my seat being chosen. So yeah, Ghana, I think I don't want to say price gouge, but I do want to say price gouge because they know that all the Americans are just, wanting to come over there for the dream. So we're going to get into that as far as price gouging and just, hey, Sharon, here's another one. So Miss Laney and Miss Sharon, y'all got to get together because Miss Sharon did travel to Ghana and she bought some wonderful things back. And Miss Sharon, I know people aren't ultra extroverts like me and don't mind jumping on a camera. Would you mind coming on the camera to talk about your experience in Ghana? We would love to hear it. And we have someone in the chat that is traveling to Ghana in 2 weeks. If you don't want to jump on, that's fine. That's fine. But let me give y'all a little history about Ghana. So Ghana was originally the Ghana, not the GHANA. It was actually GANA, Ghana Empire. And within the Ghana Empire, between the Volta River and the Volta River, let me get it right, the Volta River and the Tano River, it was a whole ton of small kingdoms. Oh, you're on the road coming. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. No worries. It was tons of kingdoms. So you see where Ghana originated from, kingdoms and empires and everything. And what happened? My crew that's been with me since this is day 20. I'm so proud of y'all and I'm so proud of myself for staying consistent. So what happened to the kingdoms and everything? A Portuguese European explorer rolled up on Ghana and said, "Oh, we like this. We're going to use this as a port to we're going to use this as a port for our trading of gold." So that's where the tag name of the Gold Coast, Ghana Gold Coast, came from. When the Portuguese came over, their cargo was all gold, and they stopped there and had the nerve to build a big fortress, and that's the fortress that y'all see in the door no return and all of that. So that was I'm gonna get that name right. That was one Sekione. That was, I had it all noted. Yeah, so that was Elmina. Now, Miss Sharon, jump in to correct me. All right. That was Elmina. Elmina is that big castle that back in that day, it was like a dungeon or storage, and it was used for since it was right on the water when the ships came in to transport and trade gold. Also, they had ivory, killing all those elephants. Okay, and then when they first came to Ghana in like the late 1400s, they were, like I said, they were trading, exporting gold. But by the time like the 1700s, early 1800s came, they got into the transatlantic slave trade. and that's where it was really, really big. And that's, where we know all of this from. So they were like, oh no, we're going to start trading the black folk. And for how little we were considered, they were trading slaves for muskets, guns to, fight whatsoever. It was a mess. It was a mess. So Elmira is that big Elmira is that big castle when you go. Sharon, did you go to Elmira? Want to know if you went to Elmira. So yeah, so um right before that, to give you a little bit more history in between. So the Portuguese came, of course, colonized it, took it over, built a big old fortress in the middle, in Ghana whatsoever. Um, and then the British and the Dutch also came, and that's when it turned into this slave trade business. They took over. They had um, uh, leaders or a kingdom, and they were. I'm trying to get it right. I had this written down. Why my eyes? They were called the Abu. Yeah, Akwamu. That was the first like kingdom, and then they were, I don't want to say overthrown, but they were replaced by the Ashanti. And then that's the Ashantis. They were doing business with the colonizers, but then the colonizers, of course, took over, turned them into slaves, and started, shipping them off real whack. So, hold on. So you were actually standing on, yes. So, um, as y'all see, Miss Sharon in the chat, she said it still smells that in that area. You still standing on feces and urine and blood, sweat and tears, and she said it was a smell. And this is how many hundreds of years later. Uh, I'm told that experience, when people go to Elmira, it's no joke. Like, people are really messed up after. It's a deep. And then along with Elmira, um, you are going to what is it? It's Elmira. It was Elmira and Cape Coast. That's the capital of Ghana, and that's where all the stuff went down, and that was the hub of the transatlantic slave trade. Um, Miss Sharon, because like I said, my goal is to have this interactive, and I can do my research and share, and we all learn together. But people that have actually been there, so you have actually been there. Miss Laney is going in 2 weeks. So what other uh, interesting things or tips that you would like to give us um, going to Ghana, or the myths that we think, and like when you went and you had one thing in mind and then something else happened. Could you share that with us? So yeah, so it was the gold trade, and 1957, Ghana, ironically, was one of the first um, countries to get its independence, and that was 1957. In 1960, it became a republic. And as I said, the name originally was Ghana, Gana. Okay. A little bit lighter stuff. Yeah, a little bit lighter stuff. cool things to do while you're there. So, because Ghana is not Accra, just like Manhattan is not New York. So, you do have some cool places to go. And one is you can go to Ada Fora, and that's about 2 hours from Accra. And there is coastal. You have Treasure Island, and it sits on like the Malta there. Then you have Abri. Abri is real like tropical nature-ish. If you like to hike and um, do those type of things, that's about an hour away from Accra. And then you can do biking, and also there, since it's so far but close, you can have views of Accra and the ocean. That is just drop dead gorgeous. um Also, that was a brief, and that's about an hour away. And of course, you have to go, even though it's going to be an uncomfortable experience, you have to go to Cape Coast and Elmira. Um, Another cool place to go, Sharon, I don't know if you did, go to Dodi Island. All right. And Dodi Island is, an island, and you take the cruise, and it's called the Dodi Princess. They have, it's party and food, all that great stuff going on. So you can go to Dodi Island um, while you're there, and have a lot of, activities on the island. Another place, again, if you are nature, this has um, um, nature and wildlife, the Shy Hills Reserve, and that is in, okay, and that is in the greater, um, that's in the greater Accra. So you have a little bit of the wildlife and everything like that, almost like how the Nairobi Reserve is. But you have the Shy Hills Reserve in Greater Accra. There's caves, but also you have the wildlife, really, really cool experience. And Miss Sharon jumped in, and she said that you have to go and hit the Aburi Botanical Gardens. So, and I know that's absolutely beautiful. And Kumasi is the crafts village. So if you want to go shopping, thank you, Miss Sharon. See, this is what I want this to be. Let's talk about Africa, not just me, honey. I want folks that's been there and know and can share with us um, for first thing. Anybody have any questions so far? Does anyone have any questions? And I dress for the occasion, so I have my little towel. Yes, my little towel. I didn't get this obviously in Ghana because I haven't been there, but I saw this. I thought it was so pretty. So yeah. Um, Next thing. Anybody have any questions? Ask Miss Sharon any questions, since she bought some beautiful items back. Mahaya Palace and Cultural Center. So Miss Laney, Miss Sharon is giving you the deets. So write those places down if you haven't booked them already. Okay. If you haven't booked them already. Yes, yes, yes. Anybody else? Come on with some questions. We have a pro, someone that has touched land. So let's talk a little bit about, let me see if there's any place else. If you are like an adventurer, you can go to Kauai. That's in the eastern region. You zip line and all that different stuff. And you can also go to Dion Recreational Center. And there it has the largest pool in Ghana. And you have go karts and just a lot of fun, family fun friendly things to do at the Dion Recreational Center, and it's very affordable. Uh, if you are a beach person in the sand and you want to chill like me, you go to Kita. They have the best beaches, okay, and hotels. Is that true, Miss Sharon? So, Kita, gotta check out their beautiful, beautiful coastline and beaches. And as I mentioned, there's no shots required for Ghana, but um, the flights are not cheap. Makola Market is a must. So write all this down. Write all of this down. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Right. All of this down. All everyone else too. That's on. Everyone else. We're getting some good stuff. And as time goes on, I am going to bring on more people that have traveled. I'm getting a girlfriend that stays in Nigeria all the time, and people that live there, are from there, um, do business. So this is what I want to know. So um, okay. So Miss Sharon, we have a question in the chat, and it says, and Miss Courtney says that her friend went, and she said that the food there is heavy in starches and not much vegetables. How is the food? Since it's West Africa, I would assume that the food is spicy, rice, like cassava leaf. How is the food? All right. So the yellow fever shot is required. That's interesting. I thought it wasn't required for Ghana. Thank you so much. Coconut Grove Beach Hotel. So how was the food? Someone's asking in the chat. How was the food? No, you're not going to get sick. You're not going to get sick. They have they have enough people, starchy and spicy. So Miss Courtney, you're right. So it's not that much vegetables. So it's a lot of rice, like jollof rice and stuff like that, like there is in the other parts of West Africa. Hi, Shalane. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Not many vegetables at all. Salad is considered a vegetable. So that answers your question. So, Miss Laney, you know what to expect. That it'll probably be a lot of rice. I don't know if you've heard of jollof rice. It's delicious, but it's very like spicy, peppery. Um, yeah, and going to the starches, they have the best fruit. So make sure. Okay, so she lived off of pineapple and ginger. So the pineapple, if you don't have any A1C issues, and then the ginger definitely cleans you out. So and when you go to those places, what was the weather there, Miss Sharon? What was the weather there? Did it rain a lot? And did they have a lot of, what do they call it? Load sheds when the electric went out? So red is a bean dish. So you can put that on the side, Miss Laney. Red. Malaria, yellow fever are recommended, and I got Annie. Okay. The malaria pill you take like every 2 weeks. Okay, so you went in July. So July 80, 85. I believe that it flips. Okay. I didn't hear about that pill. Is that the malaria pill that you take 3 days? And because when I went, they said to take a malaria pill. I didn't take it until I went over there, and I was there for an extended period of time. When I lived there for like 3 months, that's when I took my malaria pills because they were basically free. But that yellow fever shot, I think, is a racket. All right, so they really didn't have load shed, so that's good. All right, so December is the hottest month, and is very expensive because of the festival that is there. You are given some great. See, that's what I'm talking about. Miss Sharon is leading the conversation tonight. We appreciate you. So, what else? What time is it? 9:34. So we've gone over, including what Miss Sharon. Okay, yeah. So it's the malaria pill they're telling her to take. Yeah. I thank you so much for that. Does anybody else have any question? Everybody's being so shy, and we have a pro in the room. Ask the questions because everybody wants to do Ghana, but there's so many places, like I said, to go to outside of Accra. Oh, going back to I said I was going to touch on. So that's traveling to Ghana. How was the people? How, a pill? I've never heard of that pill. I've never heard of that pill unless that pill is for malaria. I've never heard of that pill. They be trying to get you to like get everything. They kind of fearmonger you. The money exchange. Uh don't forget your name and ceremony. Make sure you get your name and ceremony. So the where do you change your money, or um, do you just go to the ATM when it's needed? That's what I found out was best because you have your card and you put in the amount of money in their money, and that's how I got my initial money at the airport, where they I think charge you higher. I think it's less at the bank. Um, and then just use that for tips or whatsoever, and then I didn't keep much cash on me. uh Miss Sharon, so how was the people? How was the people? Yeah. No, no, not all African countries require malaria. No, no, they don't require it. No. Mm-mm. um it's just certain countries, and again, I just think it's a racket by now. The people were very welcoming. Yeah, so Miss Laney and others that's planning to go, before you go, it's all about research, all about research. And like with me personally, when I book my trips personally and when I book my trips for my clients, I do extensive research. Research. and I'll sit and watch YouTube for days or even weeks to, find the best information, uh, to basically fact check other people's information. And then after getting all of that information and kind of funneling it, and then I know what to expect. So, Ms. Laney, like the next 2 weeks, definitely. So you know what to expect when you get there, and not based on what someone's telling you. Uh, YouTube YouTube is a great resource because you're getting it just like we're doing it now, and I'm live on YouTube also. We are um, getting it from real people, not paid or whatsoever, people with their experiences. So you got a lot of great, everyone got a lot of great information tonight. Thank you so much, Miss Sharon. I've known Miss Sharon forever. We're from the same neighborhood. Yes. But and she's a great support. But you found like a hotel. If you didn't have a hotel, she recommended a hotel, what to eat, the weather, definitely just put in your phone the exchange rate, and, don't carry a whole lot of cash. Just go to the ATM when when, you need money, every couple of days or whatsoever, take whatever the currency rate. It is rude. If you know foreign people, I grew up in New York around a lot of West Indians and then Africans also. And as I mentioned, I was married to an African from West Africa. And when we would go to like his aunt's house and all of that, his family's house, it was always a pot cooking. And if I wasn't hungry, that's rude. You coming into the people's house, they're all about communal and all of that. So yeah, if you like refuse, that is rude. That's very rude. And that's kind of, how it is in other places except the West. There's tilapia. Tilapia is a real fish. Is tilapia a real fish? I heard tilapia is not a real fish. I don't touch tilapia. Is that a real fish? Or is not a real fish here? Hey Ron! Hey Ron, welcome. Yeah, we are talking about Ghana. Have you been to Ghana? Ron, have you been to Ghana? Yes, yes, yes. So anyway, what else? Yes, she hit all of the, so going back to, so that is the part before we end because it's 9:40. Time always flies. Um, that that's the travel part. Let's talk about quickly if you want to move there. Okay. Now, with the year of return, they were giving, African people in the diaspora the opportunity to come back home. They had land for you, la, 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 la. Okay. Beware. Big, big letters. Beware. And this is not with the government, but since it has become a thing, Americans or whomever go over there. And this has even happened. I've talked to a couple of folks that are from Ghana, and there's a lot of land scams because folks that know that people are coming. Oh, I have this land, this is that. Um, and oh, I know a friend that has the land, and they know that you're in the States. They know you're in the States. They're going to try to hit you for that money. Always remember, as I told y'all yesterday, that people like to seize the opportunity. So folks have gone over there. It's become now a thing. And they run and buy land. Okay. And what I suggest, if you do plan, because well, I don't want to say everyone, a lot of people um w- wish is to, or dream is to, yeah, I'm building a house, or I'm building a house in Africa. And that's nice in a way, but when you're building, and I was told this by a person that travels a lot, and I was going to buy into a development. And what he shared with me was, unless you are there, he would not suggest. Yes, yes, exactly. Never buy land from the chiefs or all of that. Mm-mm. No, get an attorney. When I bought my place, I had a realtor, a bona fide realtor, not like a, what do they call themselves? Not an agent, or they call themselves something else. Okay, that sounds really, professional, but they're not a licensed realtor. Get a realtor, get an attorney. In Africa, the attorneys are not expensive like they are here. And then you gotta go through the courts. Do not buy any land. And I don't even care if it's from an American that is an expat that lives over there that claims that they're doing, because that's another big scam too. So beware if y'all are planning, and this is more than just Ghana, anywhere. Okay, but Ghana is a hot spot for that now because of the year return. Now the government was given the free land, but you had to pay, administration fees and all of that. And based on what I saw, the land wasn't even in a great place. Because I saw this woman, she got some land, but it was on kind of land that nobody really wanted. It was just extra land. And that's still nice, that you have land, but you have to prove that you have like some Ghanaian um, heritage in you. So you got to go through that, I guess, whatever. So, but that's the big scam thing now, because you will go, people, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And then, oh yeah, well, the chief and the this and the that, and they come, um, and then you find out when you start to build that, like, the person that sold it to you, no matter if it was the chief, exactly. The free land is in undeveloped, like, communities where it's like, okay, yeah, that is true. Um, that that you found out that they done sold that property 20 times, because they know that you're not coming back for at least, 6 months to a year. So the next set of people that come the week after you leave, they're gonna talk and sell it. I know, I met a lady, and this wasn't even in Ghana, but if you go on go go Black to Africa, he had like a whole series on it, about people that got scammed. And the sad part is, uh-huh. Yeah, oh yeah, your money's gone. Your money is gone. Gone. Um, uh, yeah. Um, yeah, the sad part is that I totally lost my train of thought. I am so sorry. But do not go through the traditional way. If it sounds too good to be true, yes, a lady that I met last November when I went to Africa, I mean, Kenya. She went to buy a property. She bought a property because someone that she knew bought a property. She went and sent $5,000 over to buy that property. Well, put $5,000 down. I think it was supposedly 20 acres. And then she get over there. She was trying to reach the person. She get over there and the person like refuses to meet with her. Like stuff started going left. So she had to run and get an attorney, and she has been chasing her money. And I don't want to make her feel bad, but she ain't getting that money back because that person has sold that property and other properties to other people. And that's the racket that they do, because they know that you're not coming over, and then by the time that you start to build, they'll be long gone. And to try to get your money, that's not going to happen. And again, beware of the Americans. And that really upsets me, because we're going over there for better, and then y'all are over there, yes, in a relocation, and we're trusting you because you're American, you've gone through what we're going through, so we think it's a help, and it's a setup. Like, so be careful. Just because they're American and they sell you this whole relocation thing, in most African countries, the first red flag in most African countries, foreigners aren't allowed to own land. They're not allowed to own land. You can own a house, but when you go through the deed process, the deed will turn into a leasehold, not a freehold. And the leasehold will be up to 99 years. But they did that. I know in Kenya, they did that so the colonizers would not buy up Africa and basically, do what folk do here and gentrify. So that's why you see so many, um, you know, European men marrying, you know, um, uh, African girls, so they can, that process will go fast, and then usually they have the money, and then they're considered to be a resident or a citizen, so they can own the land. But you can't go and just buy land. So if people tell you that, no, no, you cannot do that. You cannot do that. It will always be a leasehold. A leasehold. Any other questions? It's 50 years. Oh wow. See, she's telling us. I know in Kenya it's up to 99. So Ghana leasehold. Okay, you don't own the land. It's only 50 years. And Kenya is 99. But for Ghanaians is 99. So you see, they're trying to keep a hold of their land. So to run out and buy some land, I see some like in the group chats, and I see some Americans that's claiming that they're selling land in Kenya to different clients. I'm like, whoo, I'm gonna see when that goes left. That's gonna go left. That's gonna go left, and it's gonna be a mess. So just to let y'all know, like with me, I was never down for it. Yeah, it looks pretty and all that. No, if I'm giving you my hard-earned money, I want to get a key that goes in the door. I don't want to look at no dirt. I don't want to imagine, because even to get like little handyman work done, it's a nightmare, just like here in the United States. So I'm going to depend on someone building me an entire house? Absolutely not. I've seen Africans and have an entire crew, and it's taken them 10 years to build a house. I don't have that type of patience. But anyway, all right. I've kept y'all long enough. Again, it's 9:51, almost an hour. I am sorry, but I knew this was going to be a long I knew that this was going to be a longer um, uh, uh, series tonight, show tonight. I won't say show, but get together tonight. But I want to thank you. Everybody say yes and put Sharon in the chat. Everybody put Sharon in the chat, because Miss Sharon came through. Put Sharon in the chat. And I want to thank everyone for jumping on. Again, my name is Gloria. Miss G with glampluxetravels and experiences. I give you custom itineraries for the uh, travel to the continent of Africa. I invite you to for us to have a consultation if you are planning on going to the motherland. We can chat and see, what we can do for you. But I want to thank y'all. Tomorrow, I believe, is Guinea. Before we did Equatorial Guinea, I think tomorrow is Guinea. And that's right next to Sierra Leone. So that's what we'll be doing. But I want to thank y'all. Thank you for the new people that came on. And again, watch out for my African travel guide coming. You can go to glampluxetravels.com. The link will be up within the next week. So I'm just getting y'all ready for that. All right. But thank y'all. Y'all were great. And y'all have a great week. Bye. Take care. And please like, subscribe, share with your friends. I'll talk to you later. Bye.